digest. From lane to the new shining ground, echo chants where the legends are found. Heroes carved in the heart of time, we march on through grit and grime. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Echoes of king and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward, fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. I'm Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire.
Now, God, can anything else go wrong? Anyway, big up, guys, and welcome to THFC Till We Die, home of Tottenham past present and an exciting future, of course, under the Tottenham mascot, Chirpy. He's the man I'm after. He should be Tottenham manager. Yeah, let's get him the job. He'll do better than Thomas Frank. But I have to say, Tottenham did play well the other night. Very, very well. And yes, people are saying it was against 10 men. Yes, it was against not a very good Dortmund side, but a win is a win. And there is a lot of parallels, isn't there? From last season and this season, we're playing better in Europe than we are playing in the Premier League. So that does beggar a question. Is it easier to play in Europe? Does Europe suit Tottenham better than the Premier League? Is the Premier League becoming so very, very competitive? And it was asked in the press conference today, by the way, to Thomas Frank about it. But we've got a bit to go through. We've got to talk a little bit about Micky van der Ven. We've got a little bit of news to go through. Yes, Tottenham have made their second signing of the transfer window. Yes, we're all excited, aren't we? We're going to throw out the bunting and get the balloons out for Suze or Souza, whoever you want to call him, the Brazilian 19-year-old. I think he's only played 26 games in his whole career, and Tottenham said he's the player for us. We're going to buy him. Yeah, right. That screams great buying, Tottenham. Well done. But yeah, I'm going to be a bit sarcastic as well. Oh, you love it, don't you? You love it. Yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit about Thomas Frank's press conference today and a few questions that were asked to him. I think one was about the lunch he had with the Lewis family, and I'm going to give my thoughts on that. Look, we're going to go for 45 minutes at a push. But look, sorry for no shows yesterday. Sorry for no play ratings, and sorry for no post-match show. I just had a bad day yesterday. I just had a bad day, and to be fair, I had a few things going on in the background. One of them is one of my family members is not very well at the moment. So yeah, I'm not going to go into too much details, but yeah, it's been a lot going on, and I didn't feel in the right place to come on and stream, and I didn't want to come on and not give my best and not be me. And I don't think it's fair on you guys, and I don't think it's fair on our subscribers and the people that watch us here on YouTube or watch us here or watch us on X as well. So I wouldn't be giving my best to you guys. So I decided to take the night off and just chilled, and I just played PlayStation. That's what I did for a couple of hours, and yeah, and chilled out and got away from everything Tottenham. Everything Tottenham. I just shut off completely from everything Tottenham for 24 hours. And I woke up this morning feeling a lot better. A lot better in my own mind, a lot better in my head. I sort of moved a few things around in my head, decide what's priority and what's not a priority, what I should worry about and what I can't worry about. And an old friend said to me, look, you can't just worry about the things you can control, and the things you can't control will look after themselves, and they're right. So yeah, so I just want to apologize to you guys because I did promise a player ratings, I did promise a post-match show, and I didn't do them. So I felt I let you guys down a little bit, and I do apologize. But I'm back. Tomorrow you will get your build-up show as well for the Burnley game. You will get your predicted lineup as well out Saturday morning, and you get all your match day build-up as well. Saturday and Sunday you get your player ratings. I'm somewhere Sunday. Where am I? Oh yeah. Steve has invited me onto his channel on Sunday to do a Tottenham show. So I'm over there Sunday at 5. So do join me over there. And then on Monday, it's all the build up, isn't it, to the Frankfurt game, which has turned out to be a massive game. But we've got a little matter of Burnley in between, and we have to see what happens there, don't we? We have to see what happens there. Also, I want to just talk a little bit, if I can, and I feel I've got a platform to talk about it as well. Is a lot of you know, but a lot of you don't know. A lot of you know I am diagnosed autistic, and I do suffer from ADHD, and I suffer from mental health issues as well. And I also got a degenerative disc disease in my back, and which has complicated my life a little bit. So I that's why I'm apologizing, because I feel I have to. And but yeah, I will. I'm back to normal now, and that we shall move on. Right, let's crack on with it, shall we? Enough about me. Let's talk about you guys. Let's welcome you all in. And the first one in the house, of course, is Giant 68. Big up to your Giant. It says big up, Dynamo. I see Susie has finally signed. Yes, we need a few more in. Can that VDV leave? This board won't replace him with quality boot. No, the one. I am going to have a word on that in a minute. But big up to Giant, big up to Brian as well. With 200 million. I don't want VDV to go. We shouldn't be selling our good players, Brian. But big up to you, bud. Hope you're doing well. Big up to Wayne Bonner, the man, the myth, the legend. Some say Scotland released him too early. Some also say he spent the last couple of days trying to find Daniel Levy, because Daniel Levy is his uncle. But all we know, he's called Wayne Bonner. Big up to you, Wayne. He says he's going to kill me for that. Good evening, folks. Hope you're all well and having a great week. I still don't think Frank's the man for the job, regardless of Dortmund game performance. And Leopard never changed his spot. Totally agree. But what I would say about the Dortmund game as well, I was more in shock. I mean, where's this football beat? I really was in shock. But he's going to have the same amount of players on Saturday, so keep the same. Whatever you did on Tuesday, do exactly the same on Saturday for me. Big up Wayne says F selling VDV. We need to start building. Yeah, exactly, not demolition. Big up to Aussie Coys P31. Big Aussie Coys. Hope you're doing well. Big up to you. Great to see you. Big up to Simon Cohen. Big up Dermo. And the transfer news now after Susan. I'm waiting for a major update. Now, I may get it tonight. I've got little tippets tonight for you guys, but I'm waiting for a major update. Now, I may get it tonight, or I may get it tomorrow. As soon as I get it, I'm going to go live with it. I'm going to go live with the update I get. So, guys, keep your notification bells on. Typical Tottenham transfer policy. Yeah, I know. Big up to Roz as well. Hello, Dermot. I was there at the game Tuesday night. Big up to you, Roz. I hope you had a great time, mate. I'm jealous of you. Cheers out. I thought the team looked more together without VDV than being there. Spence finally playing in the win back role for once, where he played for Notts Forest. I thought he had a great game on Tuesday night, Jed Spence. I really did. I would say he was probably one of my players for man of the match. I really did. And look, we got the news today, haven't we, about Bergville being out for 3 months. And look, I have my say in that tomorrow when I do the build-up show, and I will have my say in that when I do the predicted lineup. But it's just, I think this injury crisis is worse than we had last season. And this is where you need to buy players. This is where you need to have a good squad or have a strong squad, because you are going to get injuries. But what is happening within the football club? Why are we getting these injuries? Why are we? It's just mind-boggling. Big up Jermo. Big up Brian. Thanks so much, bud. It says, understand, Dermot. Dermot, no need to apologize. Big up to Rayman, the man, the myth, the legend, the Rain Man, who sits there. He sits there with his sunglasses on. He has a big cigar in his right hand, a cold drink or something in his left, and he's singing to a little bit of George Michael or Queen there. I want it all. Big up to Wayne. Dermot never escape. Dermot, we can never know we can't. We can never escape Tottenham, that is for sure. Oh dear. They have us hook, line, and sinker. Yeah, Wayne, they certainly do. Big up to Gerard. Tommy Frank has you hooked, Dermo. No, I don't think it's Tommy that has me hooked, Gerard. Maybe if we got Tommy out of Peaky Blinders, I might be hooked. He might do a better job. But no, look, Gerard, he needs to back it up for me. And I did put that on X, actually. I did put a post up on X where I did say that he has to back it up. He has to back Saturday's game with a win like he did on Tuesday. And it's down to Tottenham either to back him or sack him. You know, we can't have we had last season. After every win, it's great. After every defeat, he's going. So Tottenham as a club have to come out and do something. So this is a big crossroads. We're at a crossroads in us for the next couple of seasons, I think. Where we go will define how Tottenham will be for the next couple of seasons. Big up to Wayne. Don't apologise. Explain yourself, Dermot. Real life comes first. Hope everything all goes well and sorts this out for the better. Yeah, it'll be all right. Family, yeah, I know. Cheers. Or hit the like for Dermot. Oh, thank you so much, Brian. You're very kind, bud. Here's David, the man of voice to reason. He is. He is. That he's the he is the man that comes in, gives it to us straight. He's like the Mike Tyson, comes in, gives you a good left hook, and you're sitting there with birds going around your head, and you're saying, I told you so. He said there's no proof that Vdv wants out of Spurs, or conjecture. He knows he's going nowhere. The club knows he's only damn Spurs fan, don't they? Look, it's a rumor, and I thought it was worth having a conversation about it, David. I do apologise if it doesn't suit your narrative, but I just thought it was worth having a conversation about it, and I'm sure everybody else feels the same. Big up to Tim Man 007. Yes, he is James Bond's right hand man. Big up to you, Tim Man. Big up Dermot. Nothing more important than family. Big up to you, Tim Man. Hope you're doing well. We've got David said, yeah, out 2-3 months. I know, I agree, David, on that, but I do. Champions League, Premier League are very different. The Premier League seems to sit without possession and ask us to break them down. Less space to play in the Champions League. All the big teams come out playing. Yeah, I think it is more spaces. You're right. Big up to 1K. I've got a cold drink and a peach on it. Oh, fair enough. That's good. Big up to LED. Ed, big up to you, Ed. It says big up Dermot. Van der Ven must stay. Coy's from Hamburg in Germany. Yes. And then big up to Simon said, hope your news, Dermot, is an incoming player. I hope so too, bud. I really do. And then big up to Mandy Dyer. Big up to Mandy. How you doing, Mandy? How you doing, my dear? It says, evening, Dermo. Could you please tell me what is going on with Kingsky? I'm going to have a word talk about that as well, because I'm telling you one thing. I think it's the most stupidest deal ever. I really do. Now, I tell you what, I'll start on that because you have asked, and I will start on that. Now, this was from Gimme Sport from Alistair Gold today. Now, it says, shares an update. Links with Somerville, according to those he's spoken to inside the club, nothing in that. Similarly, for another West Ham link, there's been kind of talk of potential loan swap with Antonio Kinski going there, but Mads Harsen's coming the other way, Spurs. But that's kind of been shut down as well by anyone I've spoken to inside the club, which is kind of my logic as well. But Paula Keith has put out on X as well that Tottenham and West Ham are in talks over this. I can't see any way where it benefits any player. Because rarely is the West Ham goalkeeper going to get any game time at Tottenham under Vicario? No. Is Kingsley going to get game time at West Ham? Probably. Or maybe West Ham, maybe Nuno sees Kingsley as a better goalkeeper than Harmison. Maybe he does. But if this happens, this would be I wouldn't agree with this at all, and I think it's just it's all stinks of Johan Lang, doesn't it? It all just smells of Johan Lang. It makes no sense whatsoever to do this. Look, if we're going after Somerville, then yeah, please, yeah, all day long. I think Somerville is a very good player actually, and I wouldn't mind about Tottenham. I think he would sort our left the left sided out. I think that would sort our left winger problem out. And I thought he played well against us on Saturday. Actually, I was really impressed with him, and I thought he caused us an awful lot of problems. But the goalkeeper doesn't make sense. Does not make sense one iota. I just can't get my head around it. Can't get my head around it, Mandy. Why did we do that? But as I said, Somerville, yes. Oh, yes, do that one. Now, Micky van der Ven. Now, this is one Talk Sport this morning. Was put out today in Micky van der Ven. Tottenham value sought after Micky van der Ven in excess of 100 million. Talksport understands Van der Ven is believed to be pushing to leave Spurs this summer to join an elite club in the Premier League or in Europe. Now, you got to be very careful what you believe and what you read and go with it. And I went Vdv Wants Out as a title with a question mark. I do believe this is all down to it's all down to that we won the Europa League last season. He saw that Tottenham were pushing in the right direction. This year we've gone backwards. We have gone backwards, and I feel Tim Man's right. This is how far we have fallen. It is how far we have fallen that our best players want to leave the football club. Now, if you're a player and Real Madrid or Barcelona or Liverpool come into you, and you look how you look at Liverpool, for example, right? You look how they sold what was his name under Jurgen Klopp? Forget his name, but they bought, didn't they? They bought a defender and a goalkeeper, and that was the backbone into Liverpool going on to the success they went on to under Jurgen Klopp. And we should be doing everything in our power at Tottenham to keep our elite players happy. Now, he's still on less money than Ben Davies is on. I mean, for that alone is criminal. I don't think this is a money thing. I really don't. I don't think Micky van der Ven is interested in money. I think Micky van der Ven is interested in winning things. Looking back when he retires, I won this. I won champion. I won FA Cups. I won a League Cup. I won a Europa League. He wants to look back and look at the medals he's won at Tottenham. And at the moment, we won the Europa League. And have we pushed on from that? No, we haven't pushed on from that. We haven't gone on to the next level. And that would send a message to any elite player. Well, did this club have a plan? Do the owners have a plan? Does the manager have a plan? Does the director of football have a plan? And to be honest with you, this season, you can answer all of them a big fat no, because we don't have a plan. We're now 22 days into this January window, and we've only bought 2 players. One, Conor Gallagher, which is really split the fan base. Some say he was a good signing. Some say he's not a good signing. We've bought this young lad as well, I think he's a 19-year-old. If I look on Tottenham's, let's see now. Let's see now. Let's see. Thomas, where is he? Yeah, he's 19-year-old. So is that going to change our season? No, it's not. He's been bought for the future. We need ready play. We need ready-made players now. We need players that can come into the first team and play in the first team, and we're not doing that. And like or dislike Thomas Frank, you want to keep him, you think he should be sacked, or whatever. And there is people out there which I think they're right as well, that we shouldn't be buying for Thomas Frank, because if you're not going to keep him on as manager, either sack him during the season or you're going to sack him in the summer, then what's the point of buying him players? Then you buy club players to your philosophy, which is attacking football. But the problem is also, which player is going to come to a club if they know that the manager that's coming is not going to be there very much longer, or the club's there's no stability. And I think that's one of the questions. That's one of the reasons why they haven't sacked Thomas Frank yet, because of the. I was watching Dave's show with the two Irish lads from the Kildare Spurs group, and I don't know who said it, but one of them said it's about stability, and he's absolutely spot on, because players are not gonna come to an unstable football club. They are gonna come to a stable football club. And whatever we think of Thomas Frank, whatever we think of him being a good manager, a bad manager, should be here, and there is people that saying we get the club we deserve because we haven't done X, Y, and Z. It does come down to your director of football. It does come down to your owners to give your manager the ammunition and the tools to go out and do a job. I worked in the construction industry for probably 20, 25 years in the before I had to retire because of my back. And if I went out to a building site and I wasn't given the right tools or the right digger to drive or whatever to do my job, I couldn't dig out foundations, because it'd be like giving to me, well, here's a shovel, dig out a foundation for a 4-bedroom house. Well, how am I going to do that? I need a digger. Well, we'll get you one, but it might be from the 1930s. So Tottenham are working on this philosophy that we won't spend money now. It's all looking to the summer, but we need players now because of the injury crisis we have within the football club. And when you do look at players like Micky van der Ven, who is, and when we did this before Christmas, me and Tequila and Rain, we went through the squad, that Micky van der Ven was the only world-class player we thought was at any level at the football club. Him, Micky van der Ven would get into any championship winning side. I think Romero gets into a title chasing side as well, but more top four. But they were the only two players. And if you're going to lose one of them, if you're going to lose one of them Ferrari players like a Rally Ferrari or Bugatti, a top end car, an Aston Martin, right? You're setting yourself backwards. And then I've seen people put in, well, get rid of Micky van der Ven and bring Ivanovic back. You're putting all that pressure on a 19-year-old to come and actually perform. And you're putting all that pressure on a kid to perform at the highest level, Micky van der Ven's level. It's you're brain dead. You might as well just pack up and go home, because we're not going to go anywhere. We're not going to succeed. You look at all these big clubs. They build teams around their elite players. We don't. We're a buying and selling club. We'll buy players when they're young, and we'll sell them when we can make a profit. And I think Tequila said that once or twice in the shows. And he's right in saying that. So I think this Micky van der Ven thing, look, am I worried? He's got 3.5 years left in his contract. Our big club's going to come for him in the summer. We're going to be tested. I don't think he's pushing for a move. I don't think Micky van der Ven's like that. I don't think Micky van der Ven's that sort of player. But I also know he's the type of player where he wants to win, and he wants to be successful in his career, and he wants to be a winner. And he's looking at Tottenham, where we've gone from under Ange Postecoglou as a manager where we won a major trophy, to now really suffering. And he's probably thinking, well, is this going to be another like Kane, manager after manager after manager? So, what are we to do? Well, what we do is we keep our elite players happy. And that's down on the owners. That's down on the direct. That's down on Johan Lang, Paratici till he goes at the end of the window, and the Lewis family, giving the money to them to go out and buy these elite players that we need and buy players that know are going to improve the squad and give the manager, whoever that is, Thomas Frank, or is it Pochettino, whoever comes in, the ammunition and the tools to go and successfully make us a winning side. Because if you don't do that, we're going to be languishing in the bottom half of the table like we were under previous managers. We didn't back Mourinho. We didn't back Conte. We didn't even back bloody on Ange Postecoglou. We bought kids for him. And anyone that knows Ange Postecoglou, and I do because I've watched him a lot at Celtic, and Celtic is my second team. He spent a lot of money, as Dave said earlier, he spent a lot of money at Celtic on good players, on ready now players. But we don't do that, do we? We do not do that. And it's all about cut price deals. It's all about, let's go and see a Del Boy in Rodney. Can we get something on the cheap? Can we get something hooky? We'll go and get a hooky player. Del Boy's selling them as the next Ronaldo, but we're buying the next, I don't know, bloody Trigger. And that's how we work. And we should be working like that. And it's frustration. It's frustrating because we are a massive organization that is not organized. And that's 25 years of Daniel Levy's input into the football club. And we can't blame Daniel Levy because he's not here to blame. So who would to blame now? Well, we should be blaming the Lewis family as well. They're not giving the money. You have to blame Johan Lang. He needs to go. So there's a major restructuring needs to happen at Tottenham to move us on to the next level. And we've got the best stadium in the world. We've got the best training facilities in the world. We've got the best of this and the best of that, but we don't have the best team in the world. Now, we didn't back him in the summer either, and that was a failure. How can we be 22 days into this window and we've only bought two players, one 19-year-old and Conor Gallagher, and then we're getting news Vdv wants out? Apparently. He's seeing the writing on the wall. He said this is going to be like Kane all over again. So I don't know, guys. I'm just worried. I'm just really, really, really worried. Let's see what you guys saying in the chat. Then I get on with some more of the news. Big up to David at Dermot. Would you go three at the back or just start with Basuma and the one? I would start exactly the same, David, against Burnley as we started against Dortmund. I go exactly the same. Wherever he started on that game, start the same on Saturday. If it's not broken, if it doesn't need fix, what's the saying? If it's not broke, then don't fix it. And that's how I would go. I would do exactly the same as he did on against Dortmund. The players look more free. They enjoyed it, and I'd just do exactly the same. Big up Tim Man Dermo. Please don't tell me it's a play from West Ham. I give up over this. It's a play from West Ham. He goes, please no, this does not make no sense. It doesn't make any sense, Tim Man. It doesn't. It really, really doesn't, bud. We've got Wayne going, oh, hell no, screw bringing in West Ham players, quality players, not the I want to be. Though I wouldn't, if it was Somerville, I wouldn't mind Somerville, actually. I think he's a very good player. I think he's probably one of few of the exceptions. Also, I know a lot of people are asking about Paquetá. Paquetá is not coming to Tottenham. He is going to Flamengo. I think we all knew that. So I think that deal will get done very, very soon. Oh, yeah, Coutinho. That was it. Sorry. Cheers, Rain. I forgot who it was. Yeah. So the Barca. Who did they bring in, Rain? Was it, I know it was the goalkeeper, the Brazilian and the Dutch player, wasn't it? The Brazilian goalkeeper and the Dutch defender. Oh, I forget their names now. God, it's getting old. Your memory starts going. Um, uh, maybe Rain, you can let me know in the chat, bud. Dermo Connor is a good professional and leader. If Poch comes back here, but yeah, he will be our captain. Mandy, totally agree. Yeah, big up, Davis. It's a great show. Coys, got to go. The traitors are on. Yeah, Tottenham feels a bit like the traitors at the moment, David. Somerville news made me feel unwell. I think it would make Tottenham players, Tottenham fans feel very unwell. Big up to Brian. Surely, with a massive stadium and the money it generates, why do we always do the same, David? And it's getting frustrating. This is why the protests are back, but the protests we have to keep going with the protests. We have to keep going, keep plugging away, and make the board realise we're not going to accept this anymore. We're not going to accept this anymore. Big up to Niall. Big up. We couldn't blame Kane for leaving. We couldn't blame Kane for leaving. It'll be the same for VDV. We will realise when he goes, he deserves better. Yeah, and I don't want him to go. I'd be gutted if he goes. Yes, VDV is back. I would, yes, but VDV is back. I would rest Romero because if he gets the yellow card against Burnley, he will miss the harder match. Yeah, is it a 2? Is it a 2-game ban, David? I think it is a 2-game ban. Big up to you, Wayne. Yeah, it was VDV and Allison. That was it. Yeah, Van Dyke and Allison. That was it. Cheers, Wayne. And big up to Shawnee. Big up to you, Shawnee. Says, seems like Frank is getting rid of key and supporters from the squad. First Johnson, now Tell. Next VDV. Players who are afraid. Do you know what, Sean? I think if you look, you could be cynical and say, yeah, that could be true. No, I feel sorry for Tell. I am going to talk about Tell in a minute, but genuinely, I do feel sorry for him. So I will hold off talking about him. Johnson, look, I think the offer for Johnson was too good to turn down, and I think it was the right time to sell him. I think if you wait to the summer, you wouldn't have got anywhere near what we got for him in like we did this month. So that for me is a good decision. VDV, I think VDV Van der Ven wants to see Tottenham be more sort of proactive in what they're doing, and he wants to see a plan. He wants to see where we're going to be next season, and I think that's what he wants. And I think if he sees that and he sees what Tottenham are going to do, then I do feel that he may sign, he may get his extension, but we have to see. We have to see what happens. So, look, for me, I don't want Van der Ven to go. Really do not want Van der Ven to go. But it's got to be the club have got to show the right planning for him to say, right, I'm going to sign a new extension. I'm going to sign 2 years onto my 3.5 deal I've already got. But selling him, you're just selling your best players. And you're just selling yourself down the river of another mediocre players coming in, and we can't do that. I want Tottenham to win. I want Tottenham to be successful. I want Van der Ven to be here when we're winning cups and European titles, or maybe a Premier League. Of course I do. You want to have your best players around. You don't win anything without your best players, and you got to build you around your best players. But if we keep penny pinching like we have done in every window, then the big players are going to go, look, I'm not sticking here. I'm not going to win anything. I'm looking at other clubs that are more successful, that do have a plan, that want to build and want to be successful. I'm going to go there. And I think that's what it is. And it's sad to say is that we at Tottenham penny pinch, and somebody put it in the chat and they're spot on with that. Big up, Sean. I think you made a really good point there. Spurs have new naming rights for the stadium with alcohol. Yeah, we are, Milton. I hope you're doing well, bud. Haven't seen you for a long time. Hope you're keeping well down in Aussie. Big up to you, Milton. Big up to you. Big up to Wayne. I like Tell. I rate the kid highly. He's just been, yeah, he is. And I agree with you 100%, Wayne. He's been pissed around by it. He really has. Big up to Sean as well. VDV is to be sold no less than 130 to 140 million. We would need Sensei from Bournemouth in first. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, big up to Brian. He says, do you think the World Cup is a good shop window for clubs, though? Maybe Spurs might see some good players, and maybe look, for me, what buying players at the World Cup, I think, is a bit of a fickle thing. It's a bit of a flip, isn't it? Now, you could get players that you don't know about, and suddenly to have a worldie at the World Cup, which we have bought players from from World Cups or European Championships. They've come to Tottenham been complete flops. Or you could buy players like Ricky and Ozzy and Ricky, and they'd be an absolute success. We bought them off the '78 World Cup in Argentina. Like we bought Jurgen Klinsmann, another success as well. We bought Popescu and Dimizescu as well, both Romanian players. Were I think Popescu left to go to Barcelona. I think the end of that season, all three of them left at the end of that season. So yeah, I think you have to be careful, but I'm sure we will, Brian. I'm sure we will be. We'll be looking to buy players. I'm sure players will come up and teams will buy players from the World Cup. But I'm sure they will, bud. Of course they will. But I think you've got to be careful. Doing the best that I can. Hope you're well done. I'm all right, Mel. Big up to you, bud. Always great to see you in the chat. Big up David said that. Thought you going to see the traitors, bud. I'm glad you're sticking with me. I hope you're recording it so you can catch up later. I don't feel sorry for Tell. Oh, I love David Clark. He does give it to you straight. I don't feel sorry for Tell. He keeps going on to German press about how he's a number 9 and a natural goal scorer, yet is miles off that. Against West Ham, he got the ball in the box, no composure. Could be, yeah, you're right, David, but could be confidence as well. And if you're being messed around by your manager or by your boss, you're going to lose confidence in yourself. So yeah, I get it. I understand what you're saying, but also, um, don't I get what you're saying. I just want to say this. Big up to Truth Bubble. He says, "Show me the facts but I never said he wants out, right? I just thought it was a good title. Okay, and it's not done for clicks or anything like that, by the way, in case you're going to come back and say that. I wanted the conversation around it about what if he does? What if he does want out? Then why does he want out? And I think that's the conversation we need to be having. What do we need to do to keep our elite players at our football club? So I'm not. I don't believe. Look, I get news from the people by my sources. I look around all the tabloids, and I look around all the sporting websites, and you see a lot of different things. You see a lot of different news coming out, right? I think 90% of them are a load of BS. 10% probably have some legs in them. But I just wanted the conversation tonight. That was all, truth be told. That's all I wanted was a conversation and see what you guys thought of it and see what do we have to do and what do Spurs have to do to keep their best players. And I just wanted the conversation. That's all I wanted. But big up to you. Hope you've hit the like button and subscribe. I haven't seen you before, so hit the like and subscribe if you can. Really would appreciate it. Big up to Sean. Great show. Hope you reached 3,000. Yeah, so do I, bud. I'm looking to reach it before the end of the season. So that's my aim. I don't know where I am at the moment, actually, to be fair. So let me go and have a quick look. I would like to get to 2,500 before we get to March. I really would. That I would like to go. I would like to, by deadline day, I would like to get to 2,500, but I don't know if we will or not, but that would be a good starting point. Okay, so we're 70, 80, 90. So we're only 30 subs away from 2,500. I'm sure we can get there before the international, for the window shots. So look, that's a good aim. I always like giving myself high aims. I like to go to the top of a mountain. It's like climbing Mount Everest. I like to set myself high bars, and then if I achieve them, brilliant. If I don't, then I keep fighting, and that is what I do. That is what I'm going to do. Big up to Sean's the tone not finished product yet. No, he's not, bud. No, he is not. Big up to Eddie. So we finally signed the left back. Let's go and get another 1 or 2 in. Yeah, totally agree, bud. Big up. I wouldn't blame VDV if he wanted to leave. Not the first one, not the last. No, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Big up to Roy Dermatron. This means that if we want to keep Van der Ven, surely Frank needs to get sacked. Do you know, Roy? I think you're spot on with that. But yeah, I think you're spot on. Absolutely spot on. Demo, did you see Sava's announcement? Yeah, I did. I spoke to him last night. Actually, I sent him a message on WhatsApp. I'm sad to see Sava go. I like Sava. He may not be everyone's cup of tea, but I think he's generally he's a decent human being. He is a decent person. But he's always been very nice to me. He's always been very helpful and very supportive, and always if I need someone to talk to. That Sava's been there, and I've got nothing but respect for the man. Look, we all make mistakes, and we've all made mistakes on YouTube. Of course, we have. We've all done that in our time and our YouTube career. And I do agree with them that as a community, we need to stop fight with each other, and we need to come together as one. I do agree with that. I do also agree when he says that we would that I know he gets a lot of idiots in his chat, and thankfully, thank God, we don't in our. We've built a really lovely community here. So yeah, I look. I'm sorry to see him go. It's not nice to see a Tottenham YouTube channel go, actually, because I think we all should exist. Whatever you think of the team, whatever you are, if you're for Enoch against Enoch, for Thomas Frank against Thomas Frank, you just wouldn't be deluded, or you want to be cynical. I think there's a room for us all. So I do agree with that. But yeah, it's sad, and I wish him all the best. I did say to him last night, I wish him all the best, and I'm saying it now, Sav. I wish you all the best, bud, and I hope you, whatever you do in life, you're a success at, and don't be a stranger. We will get on here every now and again. If you want to come on and talk Spurs, you're always welcome, bud. All right. Where are we? Sensei from Bournemouth, and no to the Danish butter cookie crook. No, exactly. Brian says, "What made you choose Spurs, Dermo? Was it family?" No. It's a quite boring story, to be fair. My parents were into sport, but my dad wasn't into football. My dad was from Mayo in the west of Ireland, so of course, coming over from Ireland to England, as young kids, if we were brought up in England, if your father was brought up in England, of course he'd be supporting the football club, and you pass father to son, father to son, father to son. My dad didn't, bless him, may he rest in peace. He was from Rarely in the outbacks of Mayo in the west of Ireland. So come over to England, start up his construction business, and I don't think he really was a big football fan. I was adopted from birth, but my birth mother had me. I was born in Tottenham. So I was born in North Middlesex Hospital, I think just outside Edmonton, which is not far from Tottenham either. And that's why I'm a Spurs fan, because where I was born. And I've been supporting them all my life. And to be fair to my dad, he took me to my first game when I was small. He always made sure I got to games. He came with me to a lot of games, bless him. And then got into it with me. So yeah, later on as I was getting older, I spent a lot of time. We did have father and son times going to Tottenham. So I've got a lot of good memories us going to watch Spurs together. And then he died of cancer in 2003. Yeah, he died of cancer, and yeah, I look back at them times going to Tottenham, especially in the 90s when we had a shit night, as good times with my dad. But yeah, that's why I became a Spurs fan, Brian. Nothing spectacular. And and the boys, my boys now, are not interested in football, so they don't really care about football. Mrs. Tron does. She's very cynical of the team, which is kind of funny. Yeah. So if I'm doing the watch along and I know it's on telly, I'll have the game on for her to watch. So yeah, but yeah, that's why Brian I became a Spurs fan. So yeah, and yeah, that's why. That's why. Big up to Hammers. Big up to you, Tone. Hope you're doing well, bud. Big up to you. Good evening, Dermot. Good evening, Tony. Hope you're doing well. Look, Sean, everyone's entitled to their. I'm not going to bring it up, but everyone's entitled to their opinion, and I get that. No, I get that. But look, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I ended up with Spurs because my dad supported them, and I was a daddy's boy, and as my parents had separated, the majority of family at Spurs. Big up to you, Wayne. Big up to you. Choose Spurs over Liverpool as in Barbados. We already got the road to Wembley on TV. Oh, you from Barbados? Wow, big up to you, sir. TV and went for Crooks instead of Rush, and two Spurs were founded by Cricket. Yeah, there were. I'm a cricket guy first from West Indies. Oh, big up to you, Sean. Hope it's nice over there. Big up to Del Boy. It says Vdv wants out. Tell him to pee off then. We don't need moaning minis in the team. Big up to you. There, so you go. I'm putting you into the dressing room, Del Boy. You go and sort them out. Big up Sean. Said 3 of our first black professional award were had by. Oh, I didn't know that, bud. Didn't know that. Big up to Ricky Villia TV. Big up to you, bud. Do go over there. Do some great stuff every Sunday. I think they go on about 11. I think 11 or 12 on the Sunday. Do go over there, guys, and give them a look. When my family moved to England in 1980, my brother's godfather took us to a Spurs shop and bought us badges, scarves, and I'm here. Here I am. Evening, Dermot. Big up to you, Ricky. Boy, hope you're doing well. Born in 1961. Big up to Tony Fitz. Tony Fitz, big up to you. It says born 61, there could only be one team. Yeah, exactly. And in 1961, FA Cup final on TV, cemented my love for Spurs. Yeah, big up to you, Dale Boy, as well. Yeah, I do you know what, Wayne? I more remember slightly now 82 than I do 81. So I was 5 in 82. I vaguely remember 82. I remember 84 really well. And then, of course, 87 and 91. So really, 82, 81, I don't remember. I was 4. All I remember was noise. That's all I remember was noise. That's all I remember is just noise. 82, I remember that because I was sat in front of the TV watching that. Then, of course, 84, I remember. Us winning the Europa League. So, yeah, big up to you, Wayne. Big up to Del Boy. It says I can't understand why people give abuse on here. If they don't like the content, no. Eddie, I agree with you 100%. I totally agree with you 100%. And then we've got a Man City fan. Big up to you, Man City. He says Man City 5, Wolverhampton 2, Arsenal 3, Man City 3. Yeah, how's Bodo? I see the players. I actually want to have a bit of a rant about that, and I agree with Simon Jordan on this. I know it's gone away from Tottenham and transfer stuff, but I will come back to it very quickly. I've just got a bit of news to finish off, and then I'll end off there. I see all the Man City players went to give the fans who went over there 25 quid, pay for their tickets. How about paying for their flights as well? You put in a stinker of a performance for them poor fans that went over to Bodo. And it's not easy to get there, by the way, and it's not cheap either. So I think giving them back 25 quid is pittance to them. It's nothing that's dropping the ocean. Pay for their flights as well, but big up to you. Esper, I hope you're doing well, bud. Hope you are doing well. Right, let's just quickly go through the news. Yes, Tottenham do sign Sousa from Santos. The club press was that we are delighted to announce that we have reached agreement with Brazilian Serie A side Santos for the transfer of Sousa. The 19-year-old has signed a long-term contract with the club. He will be wearing the number 38 shirt, so that will be his shirt number. Now I'm just doing something here. So let me know what you think, guys. Let me know. Are you happy with that? It's another club signing, isn't it? It's not really a Thomas Frank signing. It's a signing that for the club. So we have to see what that goes. Right then, we had Thomas Frank asked in the press conference today, do you feel Micky van der Ven is happy at the club? He went on to say that I've just seen Micky today. He seems very happy and smiling. He was very happy after the game that we won when he was in the changing room. I think Micky is an excellent player. I think he's fantastic ambassador for the club. I think he has the potential. His best season so far. He's fit and he's strong. He's good defensively. He's grown as a leader and he's scoring goals as well. And he's a very important player for us for this season and for the future. So, look, for me, I do feel Thomas Frank is sort of batting that away. And what else is he going to say, to be fair? What else is he going to say? Of course, he's just going to say that. What else have we got? We have got, guys, what else we got? I'm trying to think. Oh, yeah, this one here. Tottenham could sign Jean-Philippe Amata from Crystal Palace for a bargain fee after a failed summer move. It looks like they're going for them as well. I've seen reports somewhere, I don't know if it's true or not, that Tottenham could be going back in for Gibbs White. Now, I don't know how true that is or not. Maybe let me know, guys, if that's wrong or if that is right. But that's really all I've got. I'm waiting for a major update from the people I use. So, once I get that, guys, I will come straight back with you 100%. My first game was 1977, the year I was born, actually. Big up to you, Brian. Damn, Eddie, you've definitely been through the ringer with Spurs then. I choose Spurs because they are yeah. We're not like these pretend North Londoners, are we? These lads from South London that came into North London and thought we'll pitch a tent up here. We'll build a crappy stadium. And, I mean, the club was a bit of a joke, to be fair, Arsenal. I mean, they did build a stadium on an open sewer. I mean, who does that? And you know what? They kicked out of South London and nowhere to go. And they thought, we'll go and join Barnet. And Barnet let them in. It's all Barnet's fault. I blame Barnet for this. Barnet let them in, and then before Tottenham realised what had happened, some team had pitched up a tent just down the Seven Sisters Road, and we couldn't get rid of them. We're still trying to get rid of them ever since. Oh, big up to you. Big up to everyone. Right, guys, that is it. That is it for me. There is no other news, is there? Oh, yeah. This one, sorry, just before we go, this one from Sport Witness. This is from an Italian media. Earlier today, claims from Italian media that tell a disgruntled player, I don't know if he's that disgruntled, but okay, that's how they put it. They also cover Roma's interest in the 20-year-old as is their main attack and target for the end of it. So Roma could be in for Matthias Tell. We have to keep an eye on that. But guys, that is it. That is enough for me. I'm now going off to have my dinner. Yeah, as soon as I get the major update, guys, I will give it to you and go live with it. So if I get it tomorrow, I may go live tomorrow about 4. And then, of course, at 8 o'clock, we do have the pre-match build-up. So we've got that tomorrow night. But, guys, thank you all for watching. Please hit the like. Please hit the subscribe if you can. And whatever you do, keep behind the boys. Keep behind the club. We don't support a manager. We don't support players. We support the football club. That's who we should be supporting. Let's get behind the boys and let's get 3 points on Saturday against Burnley. And let's see, can we kick on and make the second half of this season a little bit better than the first half has been. Whatever you do, come on, you Spurs. In Tottenham we trust. See you tomorrow.